Yo, Bo, welcome to another episode of In the Life with MightyFan. This is a vehicle vlog. On this, the last day of 2023. It is December 31st, 2023, the last day of the year. We're going to ring in the new year tonight, 2024. We'll watch the ball drop on TV in Times Square. Watch some of that Flyers game tonight. They're in Calgary. And of course the Eagles today are at home against Arizona in a big game, with Detroit losing last night in somewhat controversial fashion. I've never seen that before. I've never seen a touchdown called back because the guy who caught the ball, who was a lineman, was an ineligible receiver, even though he kind of made himself eligible. I don't know how it works. I know, like years ago, they used to have to rub the uniform or something to show that they're eligible, and in a way that made sense because with all the crowd noise, if they're trying to tell the ref that they're eligible, that they're an eligible receiver, all you have to do is see that, that motion. And but I guess now you have to actually tell the ref that you're an eligible receiver, even though there's tons of crowd noise or whatever. I don't know. All I know is I wasn't rooting for Dallas because I would never root for Dallas, but I was hoping that Detroit would lose because it benefits the Eagles. Obviously, for seeding-wise for the playoffs, now the Eagles have to win, and they have a winnable game today against Arizona, but they got to win the game. And then next week against the Giants in the Meadowlands, and if they do that, then they could have as high as maybe the 2 seed, because winning today would propel them over Detroit. They wouldn't win the division because Dallas won last night, but they would at least stay ahead of Detroit. And if the 49ers slip up once, Bay Area, I know you got a cakewalk today against the Commanders, but those Rams, I'm telling you, man, if they need that game next week for the playoffs, that might get interesting. There might be some clenched cheeks there at the Bay. Don't let the Eagles get the 1 seed, guys. Don't do it. Because I'm telling you this right now. I know the Eagles haven't played great, and they have their own issues, but I'm telling you this right now. If the Eagles play the 49ers at home again for the NFC title, the Niners can't come in here saying, "Oh well, we owe them," because they got their revenge. They got their revenge, right? They blew out the Eagles during the regular season, so they can't. How many revenge games are the Niners going to have against the Eagles, right? They got their big revenge. It was their big regular season Super Bowl. They wanted that game. They circled that game a gabillion times on the calendar. Their fans wanted that game. They were all frothing at the mouth to beat the Eagles, and they did. And they blew out the Eagles. So guess what? Now the Eagles are the ones with the chip on the shoulder. So you play us. Listen. Either way, if they play them at the 49ers or at the Eagles are the team with the chip on the shoulder now because the 49ers blew us out. So, but I do feel that it would be better. It would certainly behoove the Eagles to have to host that game instead of having to go to Santa Clara to play the 49ers. But, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But all I'm saying, faithful, you let us get that 1 seed, you just did it to yourself, okay? You just did it to yourselves. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. But we'll see. Obviously, there's a couple weeks to go. My buddy Big Slim and I, we secured tickets to next week's game. Never saw the Eagles play on the road. And usually I'm not one to, let's just go to games or whatever. because I always like to watch them at home. But we got tickets to next week's game against the Giants in the Meadowlands. So Big Slim and I will be in the building. And, you know, hey, Big Slim and I, all-time, lifetime, or 1-0 in person watching the Eagles play the Giants. The Eagles beat the Giants years ago at the Link, and Slim and I were there. I think it was like a Monday night game, and we were there, and they got the win. So we're undefeated at an Eagles-Giants game so far, Slim and I, and we're going to be going to the Meadowlands next Sunday, when the Eagles can hopefully close out at least a 2 seed, and maybe even a 1 seed. But it really depends. They have to win today. They have to win today. There's no excuses. They got to get that dub against a bad Cardinals team. And I know the Eagles' old defensive coordinator, Gannon, is the head coach there and everything, but they just, no excuses. They have to win this game. Particularly with the fact that Detroit lost last night, which really almost made me throw up in my mouth last night, kind of sitting there watching Dallas, you know, get something that benefited them by that call. And I'm just kind of nodding. I wasn't celebrating. I wasn't, you know, anything. I'm just kind of nodding. I'm going, okay, well, that helped the Eagles. As much as it was painful to watch Dallas win, it helped the Eagles. Okay, I survived that. Now the Eagles, boy, they better damn well win. After having to sit through and having to again, I'm not rooting for Dallas, but I'm rooting for a Lions loss. And I had to go through that, and all of us Eagle fans had to go through that last night. They better damn well win today, I'll tell you that right now. Putting us through that last night, the Eagles better damn well take care of the Cardinals today. They're overdue for a blowout win too, aren't they? I mean, wouldn't this be the game? I mean, finally, guys, the last day of the new year, of the 2023 rather, going into 2024. Let's end the year on a good note. Go into the new year feeling good. So that's basically what has been going down, you know, sports-wise. You know, obviously I do the Season of Fan Series for the Eagles, so I'll get more into that game, today's game, rather, later next week. But that was an experience last night. I've never seen that, though. I mean, I watched that lineman catch the ball for the 2-point conversion. I'm like, man, looks like the Eagles are going to, at best, have to hope for a 3 seed or something. But then, like just like that, too, it got taken away. I'm like, ooh, wait a minute, what's going on here? I've never seen that before. And, I do feel for the Lion fans. Listen, Lion fans, I got to tell you, man, all this stuff they go through, man. They finally win a division title for the first time since '93, and this happens last night. They can't have nice things in Detroit. They just can't. Man, I'll tell you. But they're still having a really good year, and we may have to play them. I mean, you know, if they come down to Eagles-Lions at some point. I know Adams, jumped all over the Lions bandwagon. All it took was for the Lions to win a division title for the first time since '93, and now, Adams on board, so. Now that his Patriots have done, well, we know what they are now. Yeah, they're. But, hey, their fans could always say they had all those years of winning, and you know what? I mean, you deal with the losing years after that, right? I mean, all of us other fans are kind of happy that that's over with, but you know what? You give credit. They had a great dynasty, and as an Eagles fan, I am proud to say we played them in a couple Super Bowls. We lost one, we won one, but we had experience with that. What is this idiot doing? Put your... fucker. But we had experience with playing them. We've tussled with them. And that's more than Dallas can say. Dallas never had the pleasure of playing them. Of course, you do have to go to NFC title games, Dallas. You do have to go to Super Bowls in the recent years to play the Patriots, which, of course, your team couldn't. But, you know, the Eagles, we did tussle with them a few times, and we have the hardware to show. And, you know, you marvel at dynasties after it's over. I know during Rez's live this week, he was talking about the Warriors and how, you know, he's feeling now because it seems like their run is coming to an end. I mean, never say never. I mean, there's still plenty of season to go. The Warriors can turn things around. You know, they can make a move here and there at the trade deadline or whatever to help themselves. But, you know, when you have a team that's a dynasty team and then they get older, you know, then you start, you know, things start falling apart, right? I mean, it just happens. It's the natural order. You can't stay a dynasty forever. That's why you have to appreciate it when you have it. I wish we had a dynasty. I mean, the Eagles, I guess, are the closest thing. But we only won the one, right? But we got to another one. You know, they're still competitive. They're still winning. You know, they're having another, I know it's been a frustrating year, but a good year. There's a chance. I mean, you know, they have as good a chance, I think, as anybody, particularly if they get a 2 or 1 seed, to go back to a Super Bowl and potentially win a Super Bowl. So, yeah, for most of the time I've watched the Eagles, they've been a competitive team. They've been a good team. They've been a playoff team for most of the years. We've had our down years, obviously. But, you know, you look at the other teams in the city, you know, with the, with the Phillies and what they've been doing in recent years. But, of course, they went, 10, 11 years without making the playoffs. And that long stretch, they were good. They were really good for 5 years. They won a World Series. And then before that, I mean, since 93 to 07, they didn't make the playoffs. They were pretty and terrible most of those years until they started, you know, with the young talent started coming up and putting things together. And then the Sixers, obviously, the Sixers are their own little story there, right? I mean, how many times are they going to kick us in the gut, you know? And then the Flyers, obviously, had their stretch. And then they had their stretch of bad, and now they're starting to put it together. You know, they're starting to get good again. And it's exciting to me what they're doing, you know, because they're getting good now, but they also have young talent coming up over the next, you know, few years. So it's an exciting time right now for the Flyers. And I'm glad for that because I like hockey, and I know how great a hockey town this city can be when the Flyers are doing good. You know, the excitement that you know, is there. We just have to be good, you know. And for a while there, we were kind of wandering in the wilderness. So, boy, the old saying, Sunday drivers, boy, they are out, man. So I haven't seen a dynasty in this town. I mean, I wasn't even born for the Flyers Cup years, for the Bully years. The Sixers, you know, I mean, as close as they came was the 70s and 80s when they were, you know, really, really good going to the NBA Finals, but they lost. And then they won in 82-83 season when they got Moses. But, you know, that was it, you know. But I was too young for that, you know. When the Phillies were doing their thing in the late 70s into the 80s, I was too young for that. And obviously they won a World Series. They got to another one in 83, but I was too young, you know. So my real recollections of, if that's even a word, of, you know, having success is you know, I remember the 93 Phillies, but, you know, the 07 to 2011 run with the Phillies, you know, the Sixers in 01 with Iverson in that run, the Flyers in 97 getting to the Cup Finals, getting swept by the Red Wings, and then, you know, the 2010 team that kind of made that miraculous run to the Cup Finals only to lose to Chicago on a, you know, ridiculous overtime goal by Patrick Kane, who should have been a Flyer. But, and then, of course, with the Eagles. The Eagles, like I said, they've had the most success. As far as, you know, I'd say the Eagles and Phillies have been the two. But with the Phillies, there were so many just bad years in between. With the Eagles, at least, it's been somewhat consistent. Making the playoffs just about every year, you know, and there's been a lot of letdowns, but getting that Super Bowl in 52, you know, that definitely meant so much. But yeah, I mean, I want to see them win again. You know, I'm not just going to settle on the one. Same with the Phillies. You know, I want to see them win again, particularly now that I have more kind of, I would say, financial investment with the team, because I do go to, you know, I have my 17-game plan, and I've been to a playoff game, I've been to the World Series game, a no-hitter. But, you know, I've been invested with the team financially, and you know, yeah, I would love to see them win again. Obviously, the Flyers, I just want to see win. The Sixers, God, I just want to see win. You know, and the Sixers, I think it would feel so great because of everything we've been through with them. If we could finally get over that hump and get over that hurdle and win it, I mean, it would be an incredible thing. Oh boy, here we go. All right, here comes the traffic. See, now you're gonna have Eagles game traffic, and this is Schuylkill Expressway anyhow, so you're gonna have traffic, but there's probably game traffic, and I don't even know what people are doing here. This is part of me, like when I got up this morning, I'm like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to go? And I'm doing this for a hat at Cherry Hill Mall, the Pro Image. So the hat I want to get, there's a Mighty Ducks hat, and it's a Mitchell & Ness. I believe it's a fitted, and it has the inaugural patch on the side. And there's a broken down car right in the lane, or maybe it was an accident. No, it's an accident. Oh my! Ooh, the front end got crumpled. I guess these are the other guys from it. I don't even know. Ooh, guy wearing an Eagles jersey. I guess they're gonna be a little late to the game. But this hat, man, I saw it. Like I said, when my buddies from California were over, I'm like, I really want it to, but I really shouldn't right now. And I said, I'll be back. I did the old Terminator. I'll be back. And knowing the traffic, the way I kind of do going into the city on the Schuylkill, it's like you have a window from where I live to get into the city. And if you miss that window, you're going to be in trouble. And I just couldn't get up in time yesterday. As I had hoped to come yesterday to the to Cherry Hill, and I just missed the window. And so I ended up going to another place yesterday that had a Pro Image in it, Philadelphia Premium Outlets, out in Limerick, near Pottstown, near kind of where my dad lives. And I went there yesterday, and I just, you know, I took a chance. I said, I don't know for sure if they have it. A lot of Pro Images will have kind of the similar stuff. So I go there, and of course they don't have it. And the other thing that was a shame about yesterday was Lids in stores doing this really good sales, like $10 hats for the sale hats, and other things are like, some attires like 30% off, like really good deals. And the internet was down there, so it was cash only. I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm like, I'm a plastic man. I don't carry cash. Like, damn it. You guys are having a really good sale, and I can't do anything. It's like a helpless feeling. So I kind of begrudgingly left the store. And I'm like, son of a bitch, man. How's your internet go down? What the hell? It's 2023. Well, about to be 2024. What are you guys doing? Pay the bill, damn it. But, so that was a bit disappointing. And then the hat wasn't there. But I did get the gloves I wanted. I got these Eagles gloves that I wanted to get that have the old logo on there, Kelly Green. So I'm more than likely going to wear something Kelly Green to the game next week. And I wanted to get gloves, because I'm imagining it's going to be kind of cold next week. Next weekend in the Meadowlands. Yep, here we go. Here's this. You know you're on the Schuylkill when? When you're looking at taillights. Yep. But I knew, because you got game traffic, you got regular traffic. This road gets backed up any day, any time of the day, every day of the week. It doesn't matter, but now there's a game, you know, so you're going to hit more traffic. I'm a little worried about what it's going to look like coming back. But we'll deal. And they're doing construction, which adds to it. But it hasn't been too bad so far. But so yeah, that was yesterday. Like I said, I kind of struck out there. I did get the gloves I wanted, but I couldn't get the hat. They didn't have it. They always have a nice little selection of stuff, though. I mean, Pro Image is probably one of the best places just to go to find, like, tchotchkes, all sorts of just whatever you're looking for your favorite team. Pro Image is probably going to have it for the most part. And I was out and about on Friday. I had the day off work. So I went out. I was at the, I made a little visit over to Mitchell and S. And there was one of those local Dallas fans in there looking at Dallas stuff. And, I don't really, I don't approach them. For the most part, I kind of actually like to keep my distance because, I don't want to cause a scene for the most part, but anyhow, we, cross paths, and he starts talking a little bit, and we just, we're just having a good natured talk, I would say, and I kind of stopped him and I said, wait a minute, let me just guess, because it's one of these two reasons why people in this area are Dallas fans. The younger, the more my age. Because the older generation, it's because of Roger Staubach and a star, and, they were on TV all the time in the 70s, right? America's team and everything, right? But the generations like me and down, there's one of two reasons. So I said, okay, either your cousin was a Dallas fan, or your brother, or some other family member was a Dallas fan, or you just hate your dad who's an Eagles fan. He said, yeah, that's the reason I hate my dad. I said, yeah, there you go. I can't understand that one. That one just kind of boggles the mind. It's always that, though. It's one of those two reasons. And the hatred of the dad. Oh, he's an Eagles fan, so I'm going to be a Dallas fan. My God. So the guy wanted to make like a $10 bet with me. I'm like, no. First of all, you're a Dallas fan living in this area. Second of all, I don't know you. I hope to never see you again. I didn't really say this to him, but I'm thinking in my mind, I really hope not to see you again. Because you're one of those annoying local Dallas fans. And not that many of them aren't annoying. If you're a Dallas fan living in the Philly area, you're probably an annoying person. But he's like, I bet you if the Eagles if we play you guys in the playoffs again. I'm like, no. I'm like, first of all, if you play us in the playoffs and you play here, you guys are going to lose because you can't win on the road. You're good at home. You're not good on the road. So you play us. Hey, if we win two more games, you're playing us here. So guess what's going to happen? Plus the fact that you haven't been to an NFC title game in 30 years. So you can't get out of the second round, and you can't win on the road. I mean, it probably would have been a good bet for me to take, but I'm probably never going to see the guy again, more than likely, so what's the point, It's not like, we're friends or something, we, see each other off or whatever. I'm good. Yeah, he's bringing up the Super Bowls in the past. I said, all right, that's fine. We won the more recent one. He said, yeah, you only have one. I said, yeah, well, it came against the GOAT. Your last one came against Neil O'Donnell back in 1995. Way to go! Oh, God. Yeah, they're quick to bring up the rings, but they're not so quick to say how long ago the last one was. It's like, yeah, is what it is, though. It's fun. I have fun with it. I mean, they're annoying SOBs, but I mean, I have fun with it as best I can. But I've had some very big, you know, not that this one was. This was a mild conversation, but I've had some just straight up drag down just battles with them in stores. I mean, really, if I ever had one of those on tape, like a video, like doing a Season of the Fan, and that came up, that would be something. But no. So that wasn't too bad traffic-wise getting to this point. We're going to go on the Ben Franklin Bridge here, which, if you're familiar with the movie Shazam! Fury of the Gods, the beginning of the movie takes place on this bridge. They're fighting like a dragon. Just about right. I have to go up a little ways. It's like just about right in this kind of area of the bridge, maybe a little further up, I guess. And they're like rescuing people and stuff. But the bridge that you see at the beginning of the movie is the Ben Franklin Bridge, which is what I'm on right now. And it's just about here that they're fighting the dragon and all these different, whatever, these creatures. And of course, at the end of the movie, it takes place at Citizens Bank Park, which is another place I know pretty well. So, it wasn't a great movie, but at least the scenery was nice. Oh my goodness, my goodness. What I do to get hats, it's unbelievable. And this is basically just on a chance it's still there. I mean, honestly. It's not guaranteed. But we're having an adventure, you know, and you're along for the ride. So... But, at any rate, we're in Jersey. In South Jersey. Next weekend I'll be in North Jersey. Next week, this time on Sunday, a week from today, I'll be in North Jersey, close to New York. You know, to watch the Eagles and Giants play with Big Slim. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I've never seen the Eagles on a road game. I've watched them at home. You know, a decent amount, but never on the road. And but the opportunity came up. Acquaintance of Slim's had 2 tickets, and we got it done. Because I'm like, you know what? You know, it's going with a good friend, and we're both big Eagles fans, and the game could really mean a lot because obviously now, you know, the Eagles have to win, but. You know, that game could decide that even as much as the 1 seed, you know, in the playoffs. So it's a pretty big game. So it should be, you know, it's exciting, you know, to see something like that, and hopefully they show up. It's the Giants, so I would imagine the Eagles will show up, but you know, this last week was kind of close. A little closer than we wanted. But they got the win. And like I said before, man, that's all I wanted. Just win. Just if you have a chance to at least get a 2 seed, you just win these 2 games, get that 2 seed, win a division title, and, you know, have some momentum going into the playoffs. And, you know, anything can happen. You know, it's kind of wide open. I know there's some really good teams, but it's just one of those years where, you know, it's any given Sunday is the old saying, and it has been any given Sunday. Just some strange stuff has been going on this year around the league. And just get it, you know, just hopefully you have some momentum. And winning 3 in a row would certainly have some momentum, and, you know, maybe that propels them. I mean, you never know. Actually, the mall doesn't open till 11, and it's about 14 of now. So by the time I get there, it's probably going to be about 11. But sometimes the stores don't open right away. Like, you go to a mall when they open, and some stores have yet to open. They might not open till noon. And I would like to get back in time to watch, you know, the game, but we shall see. Hopefully hat in hand. Mighty Ducks hat in hand. I like the Cherry Hill Mall. I know the Philly captain does his videos like, is this a dead mall? Is this a dead mall? And some of the ones he showed certainly are dead malls, but Cherry Hill is not a dead mall. It's still a pretty lively, vibrant mall. They have some good stores, at least that I like in there. Good selection. That lids they have in there is, to me, like the best lids. It always has a lot of selection. That Pro Image is just chock full of stuff. They have a Rally House there. They still have a JCPenney's there. So they got like a lot of stuff that I like, you know. They have, you know, of course, you know, the normal stores too, but so I just, you know, I come here, you know, at least, you know, a decent amount of times a year, maybe once a month, once every other month, something like that. Take a look at what they have. Kind of, you know, look around. But as we all know, I'm a mall guy anyhow, so I like going, I still like going to malls. I like going into stores and physically seeing the stuff and trying stuff on. Even if I don't buy it, at least I can gauge, okay, this is how it feels, this is how it looks. I can't do that online. And I understand online, look, there's so many advantages. It's easy. You don't have to fight traffic and stuff like that. You just press buttons at your leisure at home and pick up stuff, and I do it. But there's still something about going and seeing the thing and trying it on and seeing if it's really right for me or not, right? I mean, with jerseys, I pretty much know. But sometimes hats, other clothing, it's just, it's better just to see the thing and then get a gauge of what it is and how it's going to feel if I get this. Just yesterday, there's a Rally House at the PPO, and I was trying on different, you know, size, you know, Flyers jerseys just to get some, you know, what the feel of this size is in an Adidas, what the feel of that size is in a Fanatics brand that I don't have those sizes of, but just to see if it would work. Because I've seen some hockey jerseys that I really like, but it's those other sizes that I normally don't buy. But do they fit? Is there any at all reason for me to go after them? And the answer was no. So I'm glad I did that, you know, but without that, I'm not going to know. And hockey jerseys in particular, it's, you know, the sizing of them, that's where you have to be kind of careful, because, you know, some of them, that they might fit perfectly, but the sleeve length is too long, right? Or some of them you think are going to fit really good, but no, they're too tight, you know? But without going and trying stuff on, I'm just, you know, I'm not going to know. I think I may have missed my turn, but we'll see. mall over there. Yeah, I missed my turn. But see, the problem in New Jersey is you can't make certain turns certain ways that would make things a lot easier. So now I'm gonna have to try to turn around somehow. Well, we're having an adventure. Well, I guess now I'll get there after 11. The mall's like right over there, but I can't turn. And I missed my turn because I was talking about hockey jersey sizing. We'll get there. I wonder if I can... That's a gated community anyhow. Alright, let me see. Alright. So what I have to do is I have to turn around. So let me see if I can get off somewhere and make that U-turn or turn around and go back the other way, because then I can get to the mall from there. But there has to be a place to turn somewhere, right? I feel like I'm just going further and further away from where I want to be. Alright. Okay, everyone knows you have a vehicle. That's good. Fast and Furious over there. Oh, Canadian geese. My goodness, here in Cherry Hill, as the Philly captain would say, they're Canadian geese. Here in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, making dreams come true. Shout out to the Philly captain. If you haven't subscribed to him, make sure you do. He's a real treasure of Philly. See, I've learned over the years driving is you don't hit a panic button. There's always a way to resolve. If you make a mistake, you can find your way around. And GPS is a wonderful thing, you know, it really is. If you can never really get lost, you know, but there's always a way. You just have to find it. And even as crazy roads as New Jersey has, there's always a way. All right, I have to get in the next lane at some point. That's gonna happen. The guy in front of me is from West Virginia. In case you wanted to know. It's a Honda with a spoiler. It's like a Honda Civic with a spoiler on the back. Might not have been my choice of things, but that's okay. I had a car with a spoiler. I had a 06 Mustang with a spoiler on the back. And I keep thinking, I have the Jeep and I have the Mini, you know, the Bond Birdsmobile, as I call it. And okay, everyone knows you have a car. But I had a Mustang for a number of years, and I really enjoyed it. And I always figure, you know, whenever the time, and I hope it's not for a very long time, but whenever it comes time that I need a new vehicle, I might get a Mustang again. And I think once you have a Mustang, it's like it's in you, you know, and it's always been one of my favorite vehicles. So, you know, the pony never leaves. you know, and that's not the mall. Is this the mall? That's the mall. I hope. I'm just doing this. Oh, buddy. Oh, hello, friend. All right. God, man, these Jersey drivers. Jersey jerk off. Anyhow, who said that? So anyhow, but yeah, man, someday, MightyFan might be riding in a Mustang again. I hope it's not for a very long time, but that might have to happen again someday. Obviously, it's not a great vehicle in the snow, but but at this rate, we haven't had a lot of snow in the last few years, so I don't know if that really matters as much anymore or not. We'll see. We'll see what this winter brings. The only shame of this is I couldn't go down one of my favorite named roads, Haddonfield Road. Of course, you Halloween fans would understand that one. Because that's the road I usually take. I have to get off and take Haddonfield Road to get here. And I missed the turn for Haddonfield Road. Again, because I was talking about hockey jersey sizes. These things happen. You just have to get over it. That's all. We're humans. You're gonna make mistakes. All right, Pro Image, you better damn well have that hat for everything I've been going through here. That hat better be, and I'm still here before 11, even with the mistake, even with all that. See? I get the gold star. But I missed my turn for Haddonfield Road. Michael Myers would be very ashamed. I feel bad. It's going to take some time to get over. So anyhow, you joined me here in another wonderful vehicle vlog where I got a little lost at the end. I wouldn't say lost. I made a mistake, and I rectified it by turning around. Even with these Jersey roads that are very kind of difficult at times to do that. But they have a lot of loops. So you get on one of those, you can go right around. But anyhow, we had some different discussions. We talked a little sports. Talked a little, talked a little shop with the jerseys and the hats. And saw some interesting drivers. It's a Sunday, what can you do? The traffic wasn't too bad. I was actually pretty surprised. The Schuylkill was moving pretty good. I was worried because the day of an Eagles home game, Schuylkill usually is backed up anyhow, but it wasn't too bad. But going back, we'll see. But this, the last day of 2023, and I hope you all have a wonderful New Year's Eve. Happy New Year, everyone. Happy 2024. Let's make 2024 a great year. Hopefully the Eagles can keep my blood pressure down today and win a convincing game against a bad Arizona team. Can we do that, particularly with the fact that we had to hope that Dallas won a game yesterday, which, again, I look at it more as I was hoping Detroit lost. They did this to us. So now that we had to go through that experience, win the damn game today, so it mattered. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens later today at the link. Hopefully the Eagles can secure a victory and leapfrog the Lions for at least the 2 seed. And then we'll see what happens next week. Next weekend's going to be very interesting. That slate of games, I'm sure a lot of them are going to be played at the same time. But again, yours truly and Big Slim will be at that Eagles-Giants game in the Meadowlands. And we're hoping to see a win, and we're hoping to see at least a number 2 seed clinch, division title. And if the Niners slip up, Rez, Bay Area, Azor, the Niners slip up once in the next 2 weeks, and the Eagles win. I'm telling you, don't let it happen. Don't let it happen. You had your fun win in the regular season. You come back here in the playoffs. Purdy might not be so purdy. We'll see. And remember, now we're the one with the chip on the shoulder. Yeah, you had your revenge. Now we get ours. Hey, one can hope, right? Anyhow, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Plenty of things to do before that. Plenty of things to do before thinking about playing the Niners in any kind of NFC title game type of situation. We have a lot of games to go, and we have a lot of work to do. Let's be honest. So hopefully the Eagles can do it. Let's get that win against Arizona. And you know what? We'll let the chips fall where they may after that. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for joining me here on the road to Cherry Hill Mall. I got to get that hat. Pro Image, don't let me down. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's the last day of the year. Just don't let me down. So the mall's officially open now, so I'm going to go in, and I hope you all enjoyed it. What do you always got to do? Leave those likes. Like, right? You got to hit the subscribe button. If you already haven't done so, hit the bell icon so you get notified of all future content from yours truly. And I will show you in a future video if I was able to attain the hat or not. And we will see. All right, everyone. Take care. Thanks for watching as always. Happy New Year 2024. You'll enjoy and be safe tonight out there, okay? With whatever you're doing in your celebrations. Remember, if you have one too many, it might be okay just to stay where you are for the night and then go where you have to go the next morning. It's okay. All right, everyone. Take care.